All right, everybody, follow the dancing minion. We're going to pass by Friday, right? All right, now let's talk about set notation. Do y'all remember that set notation is the one that has the less than or equal to or a less than sign, right? The endpoints for equal to are shaded in or solid, and then no underline is an open circle, or it could be arrowheads, okay? And then interval is when you're going to use the brackets or the parentheses. Brackets are for shaded, parentheses are for open or infinite, okay? So that's a little reminder about what we learned yesterday. So set notation. Domain is what letter, what variable? X, which is from left to right. So how far to the left does this go over here? Right, it keeps going, right? I know it says -4, but if you look for that arrowhead, it's negative infinity. Let's write that down. Negative infinity less than, okay? And remember, for infinities, you don't underline the... Did you miss these notes yesterday? Right, so you want to learn this real quick? What? Well, don't hold it. Hold the pencil. Where's your warm-up? You can do it. Go get it. Okay. First folder right there. Warm-ups. Okay, so less than sign. What letter goes in the middle here? X for domain. Now, how far to the right does it go? Forever, right? I'm telling you, quadratics go forever, left and right, for sure. This is for sure going to be the same. So less than infinity. Do y'all remember? What's another way we can put negative infinity to positive infinity? You put that weird looking R, right? Or R. R stands for all real numbers. R for real. Cool? Now, interval. If it goes from negative infinity to positive infinity, you're going to write negative infinity, comma, positive infinity. And remember, if it goes forever, you're going to use parentheses. Okay? You only use brackets if it's a solid or a shaded end. Okay? Now I'm telling you, as I hold your assignment in my hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of these domains are going to be just like that because the domain goes forever left and right. But does everyone see that the range might be different? If you look at your notes from yesterday, the bottom two on the front page, okay, depending which way the parabola is opening, will change your range. So range is what letter? Y, and it's from bottom to top, okay? Now how far down does this go if I got arrowheads? Negative infinity, so go and write that down. Negative infinity less than, what letter is this for range? Y. And then how far up does it go? So right here, if you don't see a shaded circle or an open circle, you assume it's a shaded, okay? So it is going to be less than or equal to. You got to underline it. And then what is the Y value right there? It is 3, okay? Does everyone see why I underlined the inequality? Because it's not open and it's not infinite. It's like a shade, okay? Now, there's another way to write that. If you just kind of like forget about the infinity stuff, you would just write it as y less than or equal to 3. That's another way you can just write it, okay? Doesn't that make sense? Y is less than or equal to 3. That means it's anywhere below 3. That makes sense, okay? Okay, interval notation. We're going to use those ends, negative infinity and 3. Write those down. Negative infinity, comma 3. What do I put next to the negative infinity? Parentheses for infinities, and then 3 has a shade, so that's going to be a bracket. Okay. So here's a little spoiler on the assignment today. Number 1, 3, 4, 5 are just like this it's just shifted up or down. Okay. Number 2 has been flipped over, so you might want to think about that one. Okay. And then if you get stuck on number 6, please look at your notes from yesterday. And And if you weren't here, if you weren't here, make sure you get a copy of the notes out of the blue bin, okay? Because that'll really help you out, I promise. Okay. Everybody with me? So I'm going to hand this out to you. I need you to work on this assignment unless I bother you about your grade needing to be passing. Some of y'all are on my list. We're going to get you out of the bubble. The bubble means you're in the 60s, and we're going to pump you up to 70, okay? So let's do some work here.